Welcome, everybody, and thanks for joining me on today's podcast. This is Ray Martinez, and we're going to be talking about how Jesus cares. Does Jesus care? Absolutely. We're going to take our verse from Mark 1, verses 40 through 42. And it says this: A man with leprosy came and knelt in front of Jesus, begging to be healed. "If you are willing, you can heal me and make me clean," he said. Moved with compassion, Jesus reached out and touched him. "I am willing," he said. "Be healed." Instantly, the leprosy disappeared and the man was healed. Now, what does Jesus care about? And I think this is really important for us to understand. So today we'll explore the theme of Jesus' care for his followers. Throughout the Bible, we see evidence of his love and concern for those who believe in him. From healing the sick to comforting the brokenhearted, Jesus demonstrates his compassion in a number of ways. Let's explore some of the key biblical references that highlight just how much Jesus cares for us. One of the most well-known examples of Jesus' care for the sick is found in Mark 1:40 through 42, which is what we read, where he heals the man with leprosy. The man approaches Jesus and he begs him to make him clean. Despite the social stigma surrounding lepers, Jesus reaches out and touches the man, telling him, "I am willing, be clean." The man is immediately healed, and Jesus instructs him to go show himself to the priest. Now, just the idea that this man is in public and Jesus dares to touch him, which nobody would do because the lepers were separated from the community. This story highlights willingness to show compassion to those who are suffering from physical ailments. He doesn't turn away from those who are considered outcasts by society, but instead, he touches them and heals them. This is a powerful reminder that Jesus cares for us, no matter what our circumstances may be. Jesus cares for the brokenhearted. In Psalms 34:18, we read that the Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. This verse is a powerful reminder that Jesus cares for those who are struggling emotionally. Whether we are dealing with grief, anxiety, or depression, Jesus is there for us. He offers comfort and hope to those who are hurting, and he promises to never leave us or forsake us, as we read in Hebrews 13, verse 5. One of the most poignant examples of Jesus' care for the brokenhearted is found in John chapter 11, verses 35 through 36, where he weeps over the death of his friend Lazarus. Even though Jesus knows that he's going to raise Lazarus from the dead, he is still deeply moved by the pain and sorrow of those around him. He just can't quite grasp that. He's a man that has emotions. This is a beautiful example of how Jesus identifies with our pain and is there for us in our darkest moments. Now, here's another point. Jesus cares for those who are lost. In Luke 15, verses 3 through 7, Jesus tells the parable of the lost sheep. He explains that if a shepherd has 100 sheep and one of them wanders off, he'll leave the 99 and go after the lost sheep until he finds it. This story is a powerful reminder that Jesus cares for those who are lost and wandering. He is willing to leave everything behind to search for us and bring us back to his fold. This theme of Jesus cares for the lost is echoed throughout the New Testament. In Luke chapter 19, verse 10, Jesus tells us that he came to seek and save the lost. He doesn't give up on us when we stray from the path, but instead, he pursues us relentlessly. This is a powerful reminder of just how much Jesus cares for us, even when we don't deserve it. One example in the Bible where Jesus cares about the smallest things is found in Matthew chapter 10, verses 29 through 31, where Jesus says, "Are not 2 sparrows sold for a penny? Yet not one of them will fall to the ground outside your Father's care. And even the very hairs of your head are all numbered. So don't be afraid. You are worth more than many sparrows." In this passage, Jesus uses the example of sparrows, which were considered insignificant and of little value, to demonstrate that every living thing is important to God and under His care. He then goes out to assure His followers that they are even more valuable to God than the sparrows, and that they need not to fear because God is aware of every detail of their lives, even down to the number of hairs in their head. The passage shows that Jesus not only cares about the big issues, but also the smallest details of our lives, and that we can trust in God's care and provision for us. In 1 John 3:18, it says, "Let us not love with words or speech, but with actions and in truth." This quote from the Bible emphasizes the importance of showing love and care for others through our actions, rather than just through our words or speech. I kind of chuckle about this because my dad used to say that about some people. He would say, "Oh, they're just full of hot air. They don't have any action behind them." It encourages us to be proactive in our care for others and to demonstrate our love for them through the tangible acts of kindness and service. This quote reminds us that true love is not just about saying the right things or expressing our feelings, but about actively caring for and meeting the needs of others. Throughout the Bible, we see evidence of Jesus' care and compassion for His followers. Whether we are sick, brokenhearted, or lost, He is there for us, offering comfort, healing, and hope. As we strive to follow in His footsteps, may we also show care and compassion to those around us, reflecting the love of Christ to a hurting world. We have to do something on our own part. Even through my personal journey in life, there's no doubt that Jesus cares. He has lifted me up so many times and redirected my life to a better path than I ever imagined. What I thought was good wasn't, and what I thought was impossible became possible. I no longer have to believe in Jesus. I know Him beyond the shadow of a doubt. Caring is not just a word. It's a verb that requires action. It's the willingness to go out of your way to listen, to understand, and to be present for those who need it most. You be that caring person and go out and reach out and touch someone with something that you can do for them. Mother Teresa used to say, "We can't all do great things, but we can all do small things that are great." Some of the littlest things that we do for people in their lives have an immeasurable impact and on their outcome and how they feel and reflect on their life. A good friend of mine, Luke McFettridge, used to say to his kids, "Come on, guys, sharing is caring." We have to be the ones that share and care about others. God bless you today.